once again, and I promise I'm going to stop coming here. And you got to understand, I don't come here for coffee. I don't drink coffee. Um, I come here for the matcha latte, and that's it. I wanted to make this live real quick. Honestly, this has been like a really busy week for me. But one of the things I've noticed, I saw this article. I don't know if I can add it in the chat. Let me see. Um, Let me see. I'm gonna add a poll. Do you think investors are purposely, purposely holding up the market? Uh, yes or no? All right. So I just added that. Hopefully you could see that. All right. Make sure y'all like, comment, and share on this too. Hold on. I'm gonna share this on Facebook. All right. There we go. Now, do you think real estate investors are holding up the market? Now, I saw an article. This was maybe like back in January, where there was a large amount of housing supplies that was needed for America. Now we know I saw another article and read some data and looked at some data, and I don't know how to post in this chat on my phone. I don't think it'll let me, but it's an article. Once this is done, I'll post it in the description, both of these articles. So basically, one was saying that it's not enough inventory for people, um, for the Americans. So we needed more single family inventory. Then I saw another article, maybe about like 2 months later, of how the home building has been the highest it's ever been. Okay. So it tells me like a little bit of a few things, especially when you look at the whole big picture, where you have built to rents coming up. You have, um, a home shortage for people who actually want homes, and then you take in inflation, and then you have home builders making more homes than ever. There's a home building surge in the month of what April, not April, in March. And like I said, I'll leave these articles in the description. It tells me a few things just looking at all these different things, and then even just looking at the housing data. It lets me know, is are companies like BlackRock or some of these big companies like AMH, or are they purposely like not building homes to jack up the price of the market to continue to make more money and put pressure on everyday US citizens? That's kind of what I'm kind of thinking, that because we got to look at a few different factors. Um, it does benefit these huge corporations to make more homes, more, single family homes, so more people could buy them. But at the same time, a lot of people who are buying homes, or want to be homeowners, they can't actually afford to own these homes. Because you got to understand, there's still people buying homes right now. There's people who have money that can afford the property taxes and everything. But you have majority of Americans, especially when you're talking about millennials and Gen Zs, they have these first time home buyer programs, yada, 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 which is great. But you have a lot of people just barely getting into these homes, like squeezing in and barely getting in. And that's a problem because I saw more articles. And like I said, I do a lot of research on this. Like, I don't just take things for face value. I look at what these articles say, I look at what we're doing on a daily basis. Then I also look at the data, and the data says everything. So you had a lot of people buy homes. A lot of people buy homes during the pandemic, 2020, what year is it? 21, 22. You have a lot of people regretting that because they can't afford the property taxes. You have people who barely got into homes. They weren't taught about how to have like reserves for accidents because everything's on you. A lot of people who buy are first time home buyers, they don't understand that if the furnace goes out, it's on them. They don't understand you actually have to have a plumber. Everything, all those amenities you had were at apartments, it's on you now. And a lot of people are just getting homes and buying homes just because it feels good, and they feel, have been told one thing. Yes, a home is an investment if you buy right. Problem: most people don't buy right. And especially in that 2021 to 22 boom, you had people buying over market value, and that really only works is if you just have cash just throw away, if you have high cash flow, a lot of assets, and don't really care. Two, do you actually plan on spending those 15, spending that time in that house for 15 years. If you have a 15-year mortgage, if you have a 30-year mortgage, you actually don't plan on selling, then that'll work. But for most people, and what we're looking at is most people are not going to stay in these homes for the rest of their lives. And another issue is, from what I'm seeing from my side, a lot of people who are having the foreclosures, I saw, let me take a step back. Women in the U.S. are buying more homes than men over the past 3 to 4 years or something like that. And like I said, I have all the articles. I don't know how to post it in the chat, but I will post it in the description so you can read it yourself. But this is what they're not saying. Most of the foreclosures are women. That is a problem. That is a serious problem. So you have this going on. Then you have companies like BlackRock, ACH, or AMH. I can't remember the name, but I'll post it in the description also too. They do these large build-to-rent scale neighborhoods. They're building full-blown neighborhoods that you will only be able to rent. You can't buy it. And this is a problem. I believe these companies are purposely not building enough homes to inflate the market. Because, guys, we're not going back to 2019 and earlier. I say this in all my videos because those days are done. Those days are gone. They're long gone. So I just think we have a really big issue going on that's coming. There is not going to be a housing crash. What it will be is a squeeze. You will squeeze your ass into renting a home because you can't afford a home unless you make more money or find other strategies of home ownership. Because right now, the first time home buyer programs are great, but they're only great for people who are responsible and people who plan on raising their income. And we have a huge inflation problem, a huge income problem that's happening right now. So I personally think that these large real estate investment companies are purposely holding the market, not building enough property for people so they can squeeze the life out of everybody. Because they don't give a damn about you, me, or nobody. They just care about their bottom line, what their ROI is, and how much more money we can make. That's all they care. That's all they care about. So, like I said, I don't make these lives to not offer solutions. Best things you can do is raise your income. Excuse me. Few easy ways to do that, and I say easy ways is because you want to actually, get something substantial. Like, when I mean substantial, you got to look at the rate of inflation. And a lot of people say, okay, all you got to do is beat the rate of inflation. I say you need to triple that. Whatever inflation is, you need to make 3 times percentage more than that, because you want to have a safety net. Like, you don't really want to play it safe in today's times. And it's only going to get worse. By 2030, don't be surprised if the average rent is around $2,500. I would even say 3,000. Don't be surprised, especially if you're on a coastal city. So anyway, I just wanted to make this live real quick because it's a lot going on, and I think people are overlooking it, but they're feeling it. And, this is just observations that I see in the real estate market. But anyway, if you want to wholesale auction properties, you can click the link. It'll be in the description, because I don't know how to put it on chat on the actual live. Maybe that's why I need to open this so I can actually type in the chat and links for you guys. If you want to wholesale auction properties, also got a bunch of free stuff in my descriptions, free ways you can do affiliate links to make extra money. You should be focused on doubling your income at least every other year. Honestly, I think you should be doing it every year at this point. Um, that's just my thoughts. Y'all like, y'all comment, y'all share, y'all subscribe.